Okay. I have an older Labrador that um, showed more stress and anxiety as she aged and is aging, I should say, to things that never bothered her in the past. And not knowing how to help her, um, I'm seeking help. So, as I know there are ways, and you read about it, and I've tried all kinds of things that are out there, but haven't worked. And
Mhm.
so needed a way to connect with her. And I have a younger horse who is bred well, I wouldn't say high strung, but they're bred to be quick, and they're bred to be aware of everything around them. And my job is to not let him stress about everything around him and let him focus on where he is and where we are together. He's very, very good at reading body language. So my stress and anxiety needs to be calmed before I ever climb on top of him, because it's obvious days where I am stressed and I haven't calmed myself, that he's a little freaky, kind of thing. And so, but I have found that I do the breathing thing with him before I ever saddle him up. Um, I give him kisses and all that kind of good stuff. But we love on each other a little bit, and we ground together. Um, I think he looks at me like, "What are we doing?" But I think he's getting it, because it's becoming a routine for us to do.
Mhm.
And then I'm having more confidence in him, because he's not going to do anything to hurt me, but he can do things that will hurt me, just out of a stress reaction from him, kind of thing. So getting into this is important for me, in my life, and as well as my relationship with the animals that I'm involved with.
What in particular might you had tried? Anything that you
Like
can
like with Covey,
yes.
well, like, thunderstorms and anything loud, fireworks and all that kind of stuff, and she just shakes and you can't get her to stop. And so I try the hug thing, and put a blanket around her and try to hug her tight and all that kind of stuff, and she just wants in my lap. Um, and so some of those things didn't work with her. It, it didn't settle her down at all. So giving her a place to go, like we talked about, let her go into the closet and put a soft bed in there that she can feel safe in the dark, and try to put her someplace where it's not going to be as noisy for her to hear it.
Mhm.
And then it was even to where when we were sneezing, she'd jump up, and it's like, I don't know where that came from. It's just an aging
Yeah.
dog's brain, kind of thing.
Mhm.
But just keep telling her everything's okay, and love on her a little bit. And sometimes she'd have to sit with me on the couch for a minute, and then she'd get down when she'd calm down, kind of thing. But yeah, all of the things you see on TV don't always work, kind of thing. So
So in what ways did I or the program help you?
just meeting of the minds with her. And it really, with a dog especially, doesn't take that much, because they, in my opinion, and they want to be a part of you as much as you want to be a part of them.
Mhm.
And this is a life change for her, because she doesn't get to go to the barn with me all the time like it used to be. And so I have to make our relationship at home. And with two dogs here, which she's not used to either, I I have to make sure that she gets what she wants out of it, kind of thing. Because
Mhm.
the other dog is a bulldog, bullies are around. And so I kind of let her know that, no, you get to sit with me. Penny can go lay over there, and go live on Penny later, kind of thing. So it's really, it's bonded us more, and it's made her um not go to the corners, not go downstairs here and sit by the door or go in the closet. I very rarely find her in the closet now. So it's making her a little bit more confident maybe in herself
That's
as
great.
well.
That's terrific. Now, do you have any next steps for your horse or your dog?
Oh, just continuing on and getting better at this because like I was saying, I don't have an open mind all the time, but when I'm driving out there, it's kind of interesting that I can be stressed when I leave the house, but the closer I get to being near the barn is my happy place. And so once
Mhm.
I hit my happy place, everything else falls away. And um I'm losing my quick temper. I'm losing my, what do you want to say? He's not doing anything wrong and yet I'll punish him, kind of thing, because I'll be frustrated over something else and let it go with me out to the barn. And so I'm learning to leave that at the door, basically. And if he does something wrong, I don't get carried away. It's just like, okay, stop, let's try again, kind of thing.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
so you can see that he's waiting for it and then it doesn't come. So he's kind of calming down a little bit too. But with a horse, they're elephants. They don't forget. So it's going to take some time for him to realize that I'm not going to react the same way. And so it's good for him. But it was, and then you make you feel bad about yourself for doing this to the poor guy, kind of thing. But he's very open. He's just like a person. He's very open to people. He loves people.
Right.
And um I find he isn't bonded to other horses. He's bonded to people, which is really
Mhm.
interesting. So I am learning to treat him with more respect than I did. He's 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 uh he's got quite a brain on him. He's very intuitive to everything. If
Yeah.
I move just just a skosh, he'll do something different. And it's like, I didn't even realize I moved, kind of thing.
Mhm.
So, in knowing that, if I'm thinking something, he reads my mind. So, I have to keep my mind um, totally closed. And this last week, I had a lesson and learned how to do that. And it's pretty much, we do these rundowns. I don't know if you want to go into this, but we do these rundowns, and that's when you do the slide. And you're really booking it down the arena, and I'm supposed to look up and kind of squint. So I'm not really even looking at anything. And then that way you're feeling your horse. You're not looking at your horse. You're not peripherally looking at, because you're not supposed to look at him anyway, but because he's there.
Right. Right.
Want to look and look up high, because that makes him higher too. So he's not going down, kind of thing. And I did that, and I didn't say whoa to stop him, and that's the first time I've never done that. And it was just, there was a feeling of when to ask him to stop with my body. And it's not, you're not pulling on the reins, you're putting your feet out, and that horse knows exactly what to do. And it was the best stop I've had in a long time, kind of thing. And it
Wow.
was because I wasn't even there. I'm just kind of like, you could do it blindfolded.
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and which is probably the way they should train you, is blindfolded, so you can feel what's going on and not anticipate anything, kind of
That's
thing. Because
fantastic. That's
yeah,
wonderful. That's
yeah. Um, Set yourself up for an open mind. Like I'm not one. I've got so many things going on. It's like I got so many files open in my mind. Let that stuff, before you get into the meetings, let that stuff go. Shut all the files and just be present. And that's something I've had to learn. um you can do it in school, but this is different because you're emotionally involved in this. It isn't just schoolwork.
Mhm.
It's you're trying to learn how to be there with your whole body, not just listening and taking notes, kind of thing. And so just let go of all the external sound, all the construction outside your mind, kind of thing, and
Mhm.
just be open. Just be open.
Terrific. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.